Hi guys, welcome back. We're like I showed you in the last video, working on the Bonneville because we were seeing that oil leakage. The RTV we put in the corner still didn't really help, so unfortunately at this point we have to bite the bullet and strip down to the lower intake manifold.
That feels nice.
Got my new Milwaukee tool set here.
Not sponsored by Milwaukee, but
you know who we are sponsored by. Check out UMI guys in the description for some parts. Actually, Max Speeding Rods, we actually have a code through them. So it's Pro Sport jury rig for Pro Sport, and then jury for Max Speeding Rods. 15% off Max Speeding Rods, and
is pretty good. I saved like 20 bucks on that.
Yeah, he just bought some parts from there for his Trans Am. Speaking of the Trans Am, I showed you in one of the videos. We got this in the mail form. This giant, massive, like hold that up. Look how big that is. That's a big oil cooler for the transmission, because that 4L60 is running a bit hot. So I bought them.
We've got a pretty big plate cooler on there already.
Yeah,
like
but
one that's rated to handle quite a bit, and it's still
struggling. It's not ideal placement, but this one will be like no questions asked. It's gonna work.
Yeah.
I mean, look how thick it is too. It's like
it's just as thick and like
it's like a radiator.
Way bigger.
And probably a cool Honda. But yeah, we're doing this, drain the coolant, got the fuel lines disconnected, got the intake disconnected. We still need to do throttle linkage, get the fuel rails off, and then we can take off the supercharger, which will be a struggle like always. Tristan already got the belt off too. Working real fast.
God damn it. The injectors are so oily in the back that getting the plugs off them is real difficult. Oh, and gas.
I see.
Great.
We should get like a plug for those things.
We should. Can you not? I'm fucking busy.
Well, yeah, this is basically what we're at today. Nothing like too crazy. Like we wanted to work on Project F, but this is kind of important as this is Tristan's daily driver, and he kind of needs that, right?
He can drive the Tahoe.
The Tahoe is straight up dead.
He was driving it before.
That's true. But yeah, also we got new heater hose lines because back here where it goes into that bypass, the hoses are a bit gross and like cracked, and there's leaks coming from the back of it, so we're gonna place the lines and hopefully those fittings at some point. He bought the fittings, we don't have them yet, so we might just put some RTV or something on it. Also, we do have oh Jesus,
he's gonna headbutt it.
We also have new Permatex the Right Stuff black RTV for the oil valleys. A lot of people in the comments said that it could just be that the red RTV wasn't great where we dabbed it, just not as good for oil, I guess. The red stuff is actually advertised as exhaust RTV, so like exhaust flanges and stuff like that. So I don't know how oil resistant it is, but we have the black stuff, which is for sure, you know, what we need. Yeah, fuck.
Damn, got gas all over myself.
That's fine. I'll just go get the torch.
God damn it, I didn't want the injectors to like stay there. That's bitch.
Yep, so we're gonna go ahead and get down to where we have just a supercharger and take that off next. Alright guys, we did some black magic to get the supercharger off here. It's RTV'd on, so it's always a real struggle.
I forgot we fucking RTV'd this thing too.
It's never coming off.
It needs to though.
But it's not.
There we go. That's fine. Okay, so that will make it easier actually. Ooh, got a little bit of fuel.
It's fine.
So we have to go up and then
straight up, pretty much.
It's actually really easy now that we got the harness out of the way. Up.
Straight up, straight up. There's a stud.
Okay. Now please don't bump.
Oh man, I wonder if there's coolant getting through to the engine through here. Like those coolant ports were clearly leaking because you had them plugged on, what was it, the LIM surface?
Yeah.
So it's pushing coolant through there, and there should be no coolant there if it's plugged, you know?
Yeah, there really shouldn't be.
Is it gonna be a struggle to get this off?
It's not gonna be easy.
That's also RTV'd on. Let's go. Just remember not to put that stud right there because it's not long enough.
Well, yeah, and we need to take them out too.
Yeah, now we just...
I don't know why that there's water.
You can try
Oh, there's water in these passages right
is?
here.
What?
This is lifting off from this.
Oh no.
Ooh, that's not good. That's not good.
You need to reseal it or something. See, I was lifting right here.
Yeah, you can watch it come up and down.
Yeah, that's not good at all. Yeah, the whole...
That could be a vac leak because it'll push air through here, right? And that goes straight into the cylinders, down the lower intake manifold. But if that is opening, any air that doesn't come through there can escape under the intercooler and out that way. All right, guys, we're gonna work on getting this off and we'll inspect it further. All right, guys, so we got this off. Still inconclusive about if this is like sealed properly. I think it would literally just separate and you'd re-RTV it or something. I mean, that's my understanding of these cores. What people do with the phenolic material or the heat composite material, and then 2 pieces of aluminum, and they are held together by some sealer.
we need a trash bag.
The Department of Boost one has bolts and sealer, so that's my best guess with it. I mean, I don't know what you want to do with it first, Tristan, like, because if you put it back, it would need to come back off if it's an actual problem.
Yep. And I don't have any idea.
Yeah.
I am just in like the mode of need to get this done, need to be done with it as soon as possible, and call it good. But yeah, if it is a problem, I mean, I can even lift it up kind of by hand a little bit, which is not great.
Like there's potential for air to get out.
That's great.
Oh, your paint.
Don't want that. Yeah, look at this shit. That's
Marred up.
I wish there was a better way to get this thing
So
off.
those
my
are
car.
there, I'm assuming, to pry out if you ever rebuild it, like screwdriver.
Yeah, I
to
would
pry
think
off.
so too. Can you put this in the magnetic tray?
Yep. So we're just getting these bolts out to remove this. Do we need to remove the filler neck?
Yes, we do.
Let me get these go first. And then also this broke off this line, so well, no, we just replace it with better. These connectors are kind of crap for like taking on and off. We have better ones, quick disconnect lines. Actually, probably good that happened, so we can just fix it correctly. And yeah, otherwise, I mean, these are blocked off and they're definitely dry. We didn't see anything crazy in here, so hopefully
This is kind of wet with what looks like oil.
yeah, it seems like lots of oil was getting in here somewhere.
Don't know how it would get into the
PCV is
intake.
blocked off. That's this right here, isn't it?
Yeah.
That goes straight up PCV. So maybe that's all. Oh no, that's where we saw we saw some RTV that got pushed through right at the top. And that's where the PCV is. So it's definitely pushing through the gaskets of the LIM. Also, we didn't show, but the catch can was completely full, and it's the oil coming out the LIM gaskets, PCV, and that it pushed all those gaskets.
Yeah, I mean,
You're getting
can
some
see,
really high crankcase pressure.
You can see where it's kind of like pushed along here on the other side too. So, not sure if that's what did it to the RTV, but that could be pushing oil into the intake.
Yep, I mean, there's no other way oil gets in here. PCV's pushing through a little bit. That could, do you know what it might actually be? You might have been making boost, and it pushed through there, through the PCV, and since that seal's gone, as you're in boost, you're actually boosting the crankcase with extra boost pressure.
That would not be good. That
Maybe that's why your boost is so low, too, at 6 pounds.
That
like
could have been what filled that thing.
Yeah, you might have just pushed boost through the crankcase, pushing oil through into here.
That seems kind of likely. We've never had a problem with that before, which means...
You've had high boost, or high pressure, crankcase pressure before, and this system's supposed to be making more boost, to my knowledge. So maybe this RTV just didn't seal it super well, like it pushed through, and...
Maybe we didn't let it set enough.
Maybe.
But I don't remember. I thought we left it for a good while. Because I usually try and I let it just sit, but it could have been the 90 minutes that we didn't let sit very very long.
I felt like we set it like 24 hours. I thought we set it and then the next day we ran it.
I think that was the time before.
Oh.
When I tore it all apart over Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the time where I left it over 24 hours to let it do that.
Well, this is not good for sure.
There's so many things not good about this that I fucking hate my life. I hate my life just having to do this.
Okay, guys, we got a lightly used, newly rebuilt Bonneville SSEi, if you guys want to buy it.
Lol.
All right, well, we're gonna work on getting the lower intake manifold off, replace those gaskets, just do some more investigating, and then however long it takes to clean these surfaces of our TV, because we got 4 surfaces or more. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 surfaces to clean. Yeah.
Maybe at some point we need to like physically block off the PCV.
Yeah, weld
hole.
something on.
Yeah.
I agree.
We could probably do that once we get the welder.
Yep. Oh yeah, guys, I forgot. We actually bought a welder. We bought a multi-purpose welder, so it's got MIG and TIG, and it's AC/DC. So it's not like the most luxurious welder in the world. It's the Amoco MTS 165, so it's a Chinese welder for sure. But hey, it's what's advertised to do all that stuff. Our friend Austin, who welds pretty well, he welded Project F's throttle body adapter that we're not going to use, but he made that crappy welder work, and he recommended that one, and he does pretty good welding. So we did a bunch of also cross shopping, and this one seemed like the best option, the most versatility. So we're gonna use that until we can afford a better one, and maybe we could weld up that. I mean, it wouldn't take much, literally freaking dime on there or something. It just comes right up into the supercharger right here, which is completely blocked, so wouldn't matter if it's blocked earlier. Then we have this breather, but clearly we might need to get a second breather on that valve cover, just more breathers,
or run the line to it.
Yeah.
Do we have brake clean?
Yes.
You might want to soak this RTV in brake clean.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna continue with this, clean it up, and then meet back once we're ready to put this back together, I think. All right, guys. So we got this off. The gasket like totally ripped coming off, so we can't really discern if that was how it was before. But we didn't. So we've always put the LIM gasket on, and then we put the bridges on, or whatever these are called, and then we RTV the corners. Some people are telling us they RTV under it and above it, so I guess we're just gonna try that. Unfortunately, there's no way to do this without dumping a bunch of water in there, so it's gonna require an oil change. We're gonna brake clean this and clean up the surfaces and stuff. Get the new gaskets on, new good RTV, the Permatex right stuff, and we're gonna clean up all this. Or I guess brake clean helps get it off. It like makes it
all gooey.
Yeah, and
like
then
dissolves it.
all this other stuff to go through. This side's the back where it ripped off. Like it ripped off the corners, crazy. So this one stayed intact. This one was also leaking. So yeah, we're just gonna have to do that. I don't know how oil is getting through, but we got all new gaskets.
PCV. I mean that was our idea.
Yeah.
But
that's like boosting the crankcase, and then the crankcase is also like letting oil through, but that's not where oil is leaking from. No oil's coming up through there. I mean, I guess there is oil coming up, but I still think it's like the balance shaft and lifters. Like there's a lot of oil getting flung in this area, and this gasket, just how we had it, must not have been good, This goes down, maybe oil's getting under it, I mean, it's covered in oil under. You can see that.
Someone did say with a blocked off PCV that oil's gonna make its way out of the engine any way possible.
Right, yeah.
If there is a way.
Yeah, and that clearly we saw the gasket might not have been great, so it could have boosted the crankcase. That's how we got all the fill up in here. And
I think you're right, though. I think that like we need to get the rear valve cover also vented so that the crankcase fully is vented and not seeing any pressure more than it should.
Yeah.
Because that might have prevented that issue.
Yep. Maybe even a breather on the this. Replace the oil filler neck thing with a breather.
God, I hate this. Hate getting RTV off, and I also like it scrapes the shit out of the intercooler. There's just nothing I can do. Like there's no way I know how to do it better.
Yeah. I mean some pads or something. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and clean this and we'll be back. Alright guys, so we got RTV on the bottom side of it. We got it in the corners and on top. So
how could it go wrong?
Yeah. So
how could it go wrong? I'm going to assassinate you. It's going wrong.
I guess to kind of reiterate what our suspicion is right here. This is where PCV comes up, so crankcase pressure, and we think the seal right here broke because it's so freaking close to where the blower goes, and it was actually boosting the crankcase, and that's why we filled the catch can. That's why we had the lower intake manifold gaskets fail on the corners. I mean, could have also just been it was red RTV. There's a couple things. Oh, now we should put some on top there. Make sure it all seals. Anyways, that's why it failed there too. It's just pushing crankcase pressure through, which is really, really not good at all for this stuff.
I wouldn't think so.
But yeah, we're man, cleaning all this stuff up does take a while. Also put new butt connectors on these just so it's easier to remove and take off and stuff. The others were kind of janky.
Where's the magical sauce?
Sauce. It's right here.
Just how I like it, a lot of sauce.
And we're using 90-minute Permatex rate stuff. This is the best stuff on the market. I was fully aware of this stuff before we had to do this, but a lot of people recommended that we use this. Also, we use thread sealant on all the bolts that we put in here, so it should be fine.
We listened to you guys' suggestions.
And we scoffed at many.
Yep.
Sorry, not you guys, the Facebook people.
Yeah,
Facebook
I posted on Facebook, I'm like, hey guys, have you guys ever seen a leak like this? And I just forgot to mention that we put RTV in the corners. And everyone was just like, you gotta put RTV in the corners, you gotta put RTV in the corners. Does anyone mention RTV?
Like you would think that, you know, a guy or two would mention it, but literally everyone in their mothers said, RTV in the corners!
Oh yeah, look at this. This is where the, right here is where the PCV comes through. Look at this, Tristan. Literally just through that hole right there in the gasket.
Ooh. Oh.
Just get one that's plugged up.
Yeah, we should like maybe weld the lower intake manifold.
Yeah. I agree.
Shut on that side, but I mean,
Weld a quarter right there.
to be honest, like it won't go through up.
If it was boosted, it could have pushed up on this and literally gotten, I mean, it could have gotten coolant in something, could have pushed through that. Like if it's boosting and lifting the gaskets, it could have, you know, done a lot. Pretty cringe, IMO. But this is ready to go on, right?
I believe so.
Clean that surface real fast. Get a little spit shine going on. What are you doing? No, use the dry, clean paper towel.
I suppose.
Just want to make sure that it's dry, so especially in the corners where it's going to meet with the RTV, you don't want any oil on it. We're going to go ahead and put that on there and then work on getting the intercooler and supercharger on. Unfortunately, we didn't really go into diagnosing, you know, the case separating here. I might message Ed Labarge on Facebook and be like, hey, this is happening. Is that a problem? Which, I mean, if it's separating, it could mean that charged air is getting past it and it could be a leak. Worst case scenario, I mean, we could just try fixing it by putting epoxy on the side of it.
I have his email, I can do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tilt it
Oh,
down.
the gasket's moving. Don't want that. Tilt it down though.
You're on this wire.
What the fuck is it getting caught on? Oh no, it's not getting caught on anything. Okay, we're ready to set down.
Oh, no, get that plug. Get that plug, Vince.
Which one? Where?
Right. Never mind.
What?
I got it.
I didn't see what the hell you were talking about.
It's fine. Hurry.
This is not lined up.
There we go.
Lined up now.
Okay.
We definitely want to remember to get this vacuum line on pretty much immediately because we always forget.
Wow, Davis.
It's fun.
He's thinking.
We never do this.
We never do that.
No, that one's a lot of fun. We enjoy that one.
We hate our lives every time.
But yeah, definitely get that one on. Then we can get these guys. Also, I made sure to make the butt connectors flip-flop so we know which one goes where. So we don't have to mark them because these are black lines and one's white and one's black. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and torque these down.
Where's our extension with the 13 mil? Where'd that go? Is it on the? It's probably on the Milwaukee.
Yeah.
It sure is.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and just get this down and we'll be back. All right guys, we got the RTV all set, maybe a bit thick here. We got 3 of our studs and then got the IAT sensor all plugged in. We got our electric AC Delco torque wrench ready to go. Gonna be torquing these down to, what was it, 18 foot-pounds or something. They have thread sealant on them and I think that's good. We got a new vacuum line on this because this guy was kind of weird. Put dielectric grease on the O-rings for that coolant elbow. We're gonna torque these down. There you go. All right, guys, so we're gonna repeat that like 20 times. Then we're gonna drop this guy on, and then once that's dropped on, we can RTV the supercharger, or I guess the face of this, and then drop that on, and then we will be good to get the rest of like the fuel lines on, intake back on, and then let it sit for a while, then fire it up, and hopefully no vacuum leaks, nothing else. And we've successfully fixed that oil leak, but we think honestly it's just the breathing system, PCV, actually that hole there getting pressurized from boost and pushing out the gasket. That was definitely what we think the problem was, but we've never run into that before, so it's weird to be doing it now. But new motor and everything, potentially making more boost. We were seeing like 6 pounds of boost in logs, so maybe it was getting in the crankcase and that's why it's low. All right, guys, one last thing to note. We put RTV around that PCV because just now realizing we don't know confirmation wise. Now I could look past the old footage in the GoPro, but we don't think maybe there's even RTV on this side, only this side here. So that means crankcase pressure could have been coming out the side and just exiting. Could be where you're seeing it, because you're definitely seeing excess crankcase pressure from the overflowed catch can. That could have been easily what was spraying on the back of everything, you know? Just pushing right through. All right, guys, it's looking like a complete engine. Oops. The sun's going down a little bit. Oh, does that line come off? Yeah, how it got routed is, here, take this off. Here, it needs to be under the fuel rail. It's kind of candid, guys, but we got to take this off real fast. But anyways, yeah, we're getting the fuel lines on, fuel rails on. Everything's put together, vacuum lines. We'll get spark plugs on, and then we need to head to the parts store to buy some new oil. That'll give us more time to set. Oh, fuck. And then we'll be good to go. But yeah, here, hold on to the T on that side. Yeah. Oh my God. Ah, okay. Wow. There you go. That's what we wanted, right? Yeah. Oh man, this thing is totally a hassle to do, but hopefully that fixed that oil leak. Unfortunately, what? Just
this vacuum line we got from the
Pro Sport,
from the Pro Sport like gauge is garbage.
Yeah, we need to see if we can find a replacement for that.
Oh, we can.
Anyways, yeah, we're very close to getting this done here. We didn't do those hose lines because they're actually still incredibly hard to even get off the back. We don't even have, like, we have really long pliers that we use typically. You've seen them before. They're like a foot like that, and they couldn't even reach them. You know what, properly.
I bet that there's a tool net for those, if I had to guess.
So I guess to their point, or our thought process is, the hose back there seems fine, just inspecting it. The hose coming into this side is what we see little tiny like cracks on, and that's where we were seeing the leak. So this is the side that needs attention. We'll just cut the other side. This one's already cut for this press stone kit. So cut those, then we'll have new ends and new fittings because Tristan's getting those in the mail. So we'll just do that at that point. But yeah, this is getting close to being done. Just gonna head to the parts store and be back and probably end up firing this thing up and just looking at it. But it's gonna be kind of hard to tell because these seals didn't fail for like 500 miles. Like, how many miles have you put on this new motor?
But I was gonna tell you, actually, I got to past 2,000 the other day. It's about 2,300 miles.
Yeah, and we only started noticing this leak like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So these seals lasted for a bit and then went, but that could be due to the crankcase pressure. So we still don't know what that's all about. PCV is totally blocked off, except where the intercooler meets the lower intake manifold. There's still that hole, so we're thinking maybe that seal broke, push boost through it, and then pressurize the crankcase. We're gonna go ahead and finish this up and we'll be back. All right, guys, we're back from the parts store. We also got a new drain plug for well, that's the old one, but new drain plug. But Tristan was smart and didn't remove the drain plug on the oil pan, so it didn't actually drain and it just poured all down the fucking driveway. Yeah. Epic. Epic. We do have some engine oil pickup stuff, you know. It's like better than cat litter, I guess, for it. It's designed for it, but yeah. Faster. He didn't do that because that thing's like a 15 quart thing. We definitely didn't overfill it, so
I don't know why that was sealed.
Well, what happens is you unplug it, and then just like the oil passing by, it replugs it. So I usually just take.
That was threaded.
I usually take it. Oh, it's threaded. Yeah. You didn't even think to undo it.
No, because normally it's not.
You didn't even check it, bro.
I'm running on 5 hours of sleep right now. Come on.
All right. Well, we'll get the. Did you put the new drain plug in?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, we'll fill it up with oil. We'll fill it up with coolant. We bought some 50 fix, or no, we bought. He has concentrate, and we'll just use water. And then, yeah, we will be back probably when we're ready to fire it up. I mean, it's been like an hour since we put this on. So by the time that we have the oil in here and it's on the ground and ready to go, we should be good to fire it. All right, go ahead. You what?
Vacuum leak, I think.
Sounds like it.
I don't know from where.
Here, hold this. It did not like that.
What
It
did we
was like
fuck up this time?
not liking life. Smoke coming from this side.
Yeah, it could be just the residual burning off the headers, though.
Could be.
Did that get unplugged? No.
It must be the order of these spark plugs, or maybe this is like, it was loose. All right, guys, well, you just saw it. We tried firing this up. Could be that we're down a couple from this or something, or it was that. I mean, let's get our vacuum gauge on. It's good back. It sounds normal now. It sounds normal to me. Back is good too.
Still, I mean, on the gauges, it's running a little bit low.
It's not here. It's running like 16. Now it's running a bit low.
But we didn't fix anything.
I know.
Yeah,
but it's always been up at 15 for my memory.
I got an idea. I don't really want to spray around with this because I don't want to fuck the RTV up, but...
Yeah, just your header smoking.
Yeah, I mean...
Why don't you want to spray that?
Because I don't want to fuck the RTV up that we just placed, but...
It's on right here. It's on the outside. Nothing yet. Nothing. Nothing. Where'd you spray that?
Right down there.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna let it settle down first.
It's getting good back right now.
No, there's no way. The RPM is right now under.
It's running fine right now.
Do you have the transmission?
Oh boy. Torque
Yeah.
converter.
But it sounds like it's running fine now. We literally didn't touch anything.
Yeah, it's running really good back.
Maybe I had to suck that RTV up.
You're right.
Oh, dude. Watch it. it with my finger, but that's where coolant was coming out before.
That's coolant. Oh yeah, I don't want to touch that.
Just careful.
No, I didn't.
It looks clear. I mean, oil would look clear right now too, but
Yeah, it's coolant.
RTV's still tacky.
Shut it off. Well, coolant leaks better than an oil leak.
That's true, but we don't know if the other sides are not leaking.
Right.
It looks like it's leaking from there, but I don't see a drip. I just see a little bit of wetness right where the... Dude.
I mean, this side looks fine. I don't see any wetness. Can't tell on that side.
I see like a small amount of wetness. There's a very small amount.
There's no shot. How would coolant be getting through there at all?
No idea. I don't think...
It wouldn't.
Well, oil was coming out on this side, and it looked like coolant was coming out of that side.
There's no way.
Now, I don't know about now, but it, I don't know. I can't tell if the wetness is from what was there before or what. I
definitely saw dripping on that side, though.
I did, too. Yeah. Yeah, I just cannot tell if that wetness is... Ow, that's hot. Well, there's so much shit on my hands.
Taste it.
I don't want to do that.
Why?
You know why.
You'll know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, vac was good after a little bit.
I wonder what spraying some brake clean right there would do, if it would suck it up and...
No, it's not sucking an air through there.
Nah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, I can't tell if that side is actually leaking or not, but that other side is.
Well, if it's getting air through
What
the
the
PCV and then into that exit, that could be a vac leak,
I
but
wonder if the head's cracked.
you're not seeing a vac leak. I doubt that.
I doubt that too.
How would it leak there? That's not possible. You got them checked by the machine shop too.
Yeah. I got the block checked too, but... Well... I have not overheated this motor.
I mean, it could be the LIM, it could be the intercooler, it could be the... I mean, does coolant... Yeah, coolant goes up through the intercooler too.
Yeah, but it's not leaking out of the intercooler. It's leaking out of, like...
No coolant goes there, though.
I don't know. I feel like it's getting pushed out from the coolant passages.
Those
going
ones
through
are
the heads.
those ones are blocked through the heads now.
Well, like, you know, if it's
pushing coolant
through the
through,
gasket.
the LIM gasket, if it's pushing coolant there, you'd see oil, coolant in the
I
oil.
would think so too.
And you're not. It's not doing that.
Well, it's coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, back to step one.
Well, we don't know that. If the oil thing's fixed and it's just coolant leaking out there. I mean, if it's leaking there, it could be leaking into the valley.
But we didn't see any coolant in the oil before.
I know. I'm just saying now.
I mean,
If coolant's
it
coming
seems
out
like
of
it's
those
the same
corners.
exact problem persisting after all this. I was afraid of this.
Well, let's just give it more time to set, I guess. I mean, we already ran it, but you know what I mean. Just like give it some more time.
Yeah. It ain't gonna harm nothing, but why the fuck is this happening?
Well, I'm not so convinced about the same problem happening, because before that was oil coming down there.
Yeah, what we need
Now
to
it's
do
coolant.
is we need to brake clean the other side where the oil was coming out.
Just so if we
we'll
see
know.
extra stuff. Yep, so
Can
guys,
you hand me the straw?
well guys, pretty inconclusive what's happening here. Definitely leave a comment if you have any clue what's going on. I don't know why after doing that it would still be leaking in those areas that we were targeting. It just makes no sense to me. We used good RTV. We always target to specs. We use thread sealer on the bolts this time, and we use the Permatex Right stuff. It's been 2 hours, I would say, since we actually put it on. So like that. It's 90-minute gasket maker. Not saying that you should write it 90 minutes going to be perfect or anything like that, but we left it longer than that, and it's doing that still, as far as we can tell. It also had that really weird issue where it was running really low on back, or high on back, whatever you call it, low on back, and then it fixed itself. I don't know if that's just it, like, sent in new gaskets and stuff, or what. Like, crazy.
Well, I cleaned up the block enough that I'll notice. Ah!
Hot.
Yeah.
And clean up all that crap just so that there's no, maybe that's what was burning, some residue
That's what I think it was.
of this brake clean on the exhaust.
I think it was just the residue of the oil.
Yeah.
Still
Oil
on
and brake
there.
clean.
Well, we didn't get any farther. We got oil all over your driveway.
We don't have enough...
Wasted a bunch of time.
We don't have enough info yet on if the issue is really persisting. So what you got to do, I guess, is just drive it.
Well, I will be doing that one way or another.
Yep.
Yep.
So, yeah, we're going to get the car off the jack stands, probably roll it back and put that oil cleaner on there and then be done. But, yeah, I guess thanks for watching. Definitely let us know what you guys think that we should do. Leave a like. Definitely helps the video get out. Comment down below, like I said, what you think.
It just doesn't want to stay. It just doesn't want to.
I keep telling Tristan, just get rid of this car.
No,
like, bro.
No. It doesn't want to be helped.
It doesn't want to be fixed. Get it. Time to get a Pontiac G8 GT.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Be better than this.
God, I bet they're so expensive right now with car
Probably.
prices.
That's why you get a premium for this.
What are we doing wrong? The fuck are we doing wrong?
Literally, we didn't do
Because
anything.
we've been doing everything that we can to get this shit to, like, work, and it's just like, nope. It's fighting us every time.
I don't know why it would do
And
this
it's such
again.
an easy car to work on. Why is it doing this? Somewhat easy. It's so much easier to work on this than, like, the Trans Am. So, yep.
All right,
Don't
well,
know.
yeah, we're gonna head out. We're kind of done. It's on after that. So,
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.